The next morning, the boss, Hyla, and a group of staff arrived at the wreckage of the battle. The boss snorted coldly at the sight of no one's corpse. Useless trash. All of them are dead, reported a researcher after they gathered all the bodies. The leader gazed thoughtfully at the mountain range in the distance. Issue a bounty under the name of the organization. $1 million, dead or alive, he suddenly ordered. Hyla and the rest of the group were shocked by his decision. The Germinal organization was the kingpin of the underworld, and they had not needed to issue a bounty for the past 3 years. Was it really necessary to do so for a lowly traitor? My leader, you seem to overrate him. Zero barely managed to escape by the skin of teeth. What threat can he pose to us? Humph! That bastard actually dared to declare war against us, so I will make him pay for his arrogance. I will crush him. If Zero is captured alive, use all available means to extract his secrets. If he is killed, then dissect his body to figure it out. What about those people? Asked the researcher as he pointed towards the corpses. The boss was about to order them to be disposed of when a thought crossed his mind. How's the preparation for the super soldier project? He asked. The basic theory has been perfected. We are about to proceed with cell and animal testing. We should be able to remove any side effects and carry out human experimentation in 8 months. Skip the testing. Proceed with human experimentation immediately, interrupted the boss. The risks are too huge. Only Valkyrie test subjects can endure the procedure, and there aren't many of them. Rushing things might be unproductive. Experimentation can only create cannon fodder. Only vengeance can create true monsters, he replied enigmatically. He is the perfect subject, he added, pointing at number 1. Hatred will fuel him. No pain will stop him from his desire for revenge. I see. The researcher nodded. Summon his soul, the boss ordered Hyla. Hyla exhaled deeply before raising her hands in the air. They began to glow in a grayish light as the surrounding temperature instantly dropped. Suddenly, ghostly wailing resonated in their surroundings, and no one's body seemed to respond to the cries. A grey, misty cloud of fog began to materialize above number 1 before flowing into his orifices. The boss unfurled his jacket to retrieve a vial of crimson-red fluid. Hyla's expression changed when she saw the red fluid. Her eyes flickered with killing intent for a moment. She had to force herself to suppress her emotions. Aurora Reviving Drug. An extremely powerful healing drug made from her sister's bone marrow extract. The boss poured the fluid over number 1. The fluid seeped into his body, and what followed next could only be called miraculous. Number 1 began to regain his color, and his wounds started to regenerate. The damage to his jaw was reversed, and limbs began to form out of his stumps. Number 1 suddenly opened his eyes. His face was twisted in agony. 0. You have unlocked reputation with the Germinal Organization faction. Your reputation with the Germinal Organization has dropped by 1000. Germinal Organization, hated, traitor. You have triggered the Class A quest, A Seedling in the Dirt. Quest synopsis: freedom is priceless, and you have risked your life to earn it, but your troubles are not over yet. The organization has put a bounty on your head. You will be hunted down for the rest of your day. You may have escaped, but your prison has simply grown larger. In order to obtain true freedom, there is only one path. You know what to do. Quest tip: this quest is an achievement quest. You will be rewarded based on the amount of damage and destruction you cause to the organization. Current achievement rate, 0%. Note: your achievement rate may not be fixed. Your achievement rate may drop. You may also choose to finish the quest at any time. If your achievement rate is less than 20%, you will fail the quest. If your achievement rate is higher than 20%, you will be rewarded based on your achievement tier. Generally speaking, Class B and higher quests were main quests related to key events. In version 1.0, the key event on planet Aquamarine was the clash between the Six Nations and the Germinal Organization, and players were allowed a choice of ally. From Han Xiao's memory, there had been quite a number of players who had allied with the Germinal Organization. This meant that he would have to face up against them eventually. Although the Germinal Organization neither won nor lost, they did suffer huge losses. Han Xiao realized that he would have to watch out for competitors. There were many factions fighting against the Germinal Organization. Han Xiao felt that having to contribute 20% of the total damage done was asking too much. Nevertheless, he accepted the quest without hesitation. There was no harm in trying. This is the main quest line. In version 1.0, the events of Aquamarine were heavily centered around the Germinal Organization. Since Han Xiao would have get stronger on the planet anyway, he would definitely become involved in the war. During the character creation process of Galaxy, the system would ask the player to input his preferences, such as the type of planet or class they would enjoy. From their answers, they would be sent to a planet that suited them. This was a key feature of the game and attracted many players. Some people simply liked exploring the universe and experiencing different kinds of civilizations. Aquamarine was a more realistic science fiction city-style planet modeled after Earth itself. The truth was that Han Xiao could just hide himself in the wilderness and wait until the Germinal Organization weakened. However, while this ensured his safety, he wouldn't be able to get stronger. When the main plot of the planet unfolded, there would be an influx of quests and missions. With Han Xiao's knowledge of the game gave him an unfair advantage. 3 days later, Han Xiao finally emerged from the forest. The forest was situated within Star Dragon territory, which made the fact that the Germinal Organization dared to set up a base here quite surprising. Perhaps, the safest place is where the enemy least expects them to be. Han Xiao walked for a while more before seeing railway tracks. He hopped onto a freight train that was on its way to deliver livestock to the western capital. As the wilderness was fraught with danger, and war seemed like it would break out at any moment, most of the public roads connecting Star Dragon's cities had been blockaded. Resources were transported mainly by freight. Star Dragon's cities were all enclosed in giant electric metal fences. 2 days later, Han Xiao could spot the giant enclosure through the window in his carriage. He swept aside the hens jumping around him to make space to stand up and take a better look. Star Dragon, Western Capital. Division 13, here I come. Cock-a-doodle-doo.